What's up, everybody? Welcome to my live stream tonight. So I wanted to do a recap, kind of reaction video to a Netflix documentary that I watched today about a lady named Rachel Dolezal or Dolezal or whatever, however she pronounces her last name. But anyways, today I've been kind of in a little bit of a funk. I watched this documentary this morning, and I enjoy watching Netflix documentaries. They're always interesting, and I love learning about culture and different people's lifestyles and just all the different things that go on in the world that we live in, right? And this particular documentary, if you're not familiar with her story, again, I believe the name's right there in the title of the video. Let me say hey to a few of y'all for a minute. What's up, Barton? How you doing tonight? Who else we got on here tonight with us? Ghost Machine. What's up, man? How you doing, Ghost Machine? Amy, how you doing? Good evening. So if you're familiar with Rachel's story, back in 2015, she was really popular on the news, on the Today Show. You can do a quick YouTube search and learn a little bit about what exactly her story is. But basically, and I won't give you all the details, but I'll give you a little bit from what I learned today from watching her documentary. This is my first time doing a video talking about something that I've watched online. But basically, she is a woman that was part of the NAACP. She believed she told people that she was a black person, and come down to it, at the end of the day there, she was actually a white person, okay? Her mom and dad were both white, and, she somehow became a black person, according to her. And even still today, she believes that she's a black person, right? So it was really interesting. You'll have to go and watch the documentary for yourself about this lady. But she has black children, 2 of them, and then she has a baby that she just had, which obviously was on the documentary. And I don't know, it really kind of it put me in a little bit of a funk today after watching the whole documentary. And I think the main thing that got me a little bit in a funk was just the whole situation of how the African American community came down on her really so hard and so harsh. And this is definitely one of those subjects that's kind of touchy to talk about, right? It really is. I mean, white folks can't usually talk about things that are going on in the black community. So for her to do what she did, and that's really, I guess she brought the drama onto herself in a sense. But it seemed like in her town where she lived at, everybody pretty much kind of excommunicated her right out of the whole town. I mean, it was hard for her to find a job and everything else, and she ended up writing a book, and it looked like the book did somewhat well. And I guess at the end of the day, her thing is we're all humans, right? But let's get up for a minute and we'll kind of move around a little bit and talk. She seems, what's up, G-Train? How you doing, man? Thank you for joining in on the stream. I think what really kind of upsets me sometimes with all this kind of stuff is the whole situation of white privilege. That's something that really kind of irks me sometimes, is this white privilege saying that us white people have this privilege. And I don't know, maybe it's hard for a white person to see what the white privilege is. I don't know. I really personally, I don't feel privileged at all, really. Maybe someone needs to tell me exactly what white privilege is, because I don't necessarily feel the white privilege. I mean, the struggles I go through in my life seem to be just as hard as what a black person goes through, right? Some of the things they may say is that, white privilege may be when you get pulled over by a police officer, you don't catch as much crap from the police officer in a sense, right? Maybe that's white privilege. maybe you know, maybe white privilege is white people get a pass on things a little bit quicker than the black folks, right? You know, maybe if you're at the bank trying to get a loan, maybe it's easier to get a loan if you're a white person compared to a black person. Maybe when you go into a car dealership, you get treated differently because you're a black person versus a white person. And so I understand those sides of it in a sense, but I don't feel the privilege, okay? Really don't. So, you know, I don't know. This is one of these videos where I want to get in. I want a discussion to kind of get started here and see what y'all have to say. So if trolls pop in on the video here tonight, please just go ahead and take yourself right on out of the whole situation, because I know a lot of these trolls don't really have any knowledge to share, and I'd like for some people to share some knowledge and see what their thoughts are on white privilege and all that. Because basically, Rachel, she was a girl that had a mom and dad that were white, okay? She had a brother, and then here's the thing, where they lived at, their parents had started adopting black children, okay? And that was like the talk of the town where she lived at. So she kind of grew up with having siblings that were black. And at some point here, she says that her brother was molesting the children, like sexually abusing them. And that was a whole court case that went down. Again, some of y'all watching right now may know about it, may not know about it, but definitely expand yourself a little bit and go on Netflix or even go on YouTube and just read up and watch some videos on the whole situation. It's really interesting. It's a heck of a story. But so she had siblings that were black. And eventually there she had ended up marrying a black man. And good evening. Good. So at some point she married a black man, had a husband, and then they somehow split it up. Here's the thing, according to her, her husband, the reason they got a divorce is because he liked being married to a white woman, not a black woman, okay? So that's one thing right there. And she, I guess as they were married, she had started possibly changing a little bit from, there's pictures in the documentary you'll see of when she was married. She looked like just an ordinary cute white girl, right? And I guess as they were married, she kind of started turning into, you know, a black person in a sense, right? Her skin color started getting darker, like, you know, like she was going to the tanning beds, all that. She started doing weave in her hair and you know, having hair extensions and weave and, you know, kind of puffed it out, all that, the Afro puff, if you would say. But if you had seen a picture of her, you would have said, oh, okay, she's light skinned, right? She kind of looks like a black lady, but, you know, she's light skinned, right? So you couldn't, at that particular time, you know, it'd be confusing. So she confused a lot of people, upset a lot of people by, you know, saying she was black. And at the end of the day, the local news companies started getting into this thing, and they realized that she's just a white girl, you know? Her parents got on the news and all this. So anyways, this is really just a video of me saying I really enjoyed watching the documentary. I really learned a lot by this whole thing. At the end of the documentary, what was getting me upset was really kind of watching some clips of black people talking about her and just being so, oh man, just the things they were saying, you know? I mean, you know, the white privilege thing, basically. That's what really, you know, it's like, man, it's just, I don't get it. I really don't. It really upsets me. It really does. And I'm not racist by any means, but I had a, you know, I had a car video that I had done about, I don't know, last year I did a car video, and some of y'all may know this story. I talked about it briefly on the channel probably 5 or 6 months ago, and a lot of y'all are new to the channel, so you may not have heard me talk about this story. But I took a vehicle. It was a Mazda CX-9 2018 body style. Okay, I took a brand new Mazda, and the car that I picked out for the video shoot we were doing was a black on black Mazda CX-9 SUV. So again, black exterior paint, black interior color. So anyways, I took this Mazda to a beautiful place here in Charleston, and I've taken many cars to this place. What's up, Dylan? How you doing, man? Dylan actually knows about this story I'm telling right now. But I took this Mazda to a plantation in Charleston. Now, why did I take it to a plantation? I don't know, because it's a beautiful area, the beautiful oak trees. You got a lot of land out there. You got some beautiful places to drive the car, get some good shots of it, and it's quiet. There's not a lot of traffic. There's not a lot of people. It was just a really nice setting to film a beautiful automobile, okay? Here's the thing. You may be thinking, how in the world is a car video getting into racism, right? So anyways, I'm out there at this plantation and I'm filming this car. There's a point in my video where I said, you know, I said on my video, I said, what's up, Brandon Hensley? How you doing, man? Thank you for joining in. So in the video, I had said, while reviewing the car, I said, black vehicles are beautiful. They look great in the mountains. Black cars look good on the street. Black cars look good at the beach. And black cars even look good right here at the plantation. That's what I said. And then I went in and I explained how, you know, black cars, the only thing with them is you got to keep them clean, because if anybody knows, if you've ever owned a black vehicle before, you know, black cars, they show dirt. They, you know, they're harder. You got to take care of black paint on a car. You got to wax them and keep them nice and clean, or, you know, or the paint it just doesn't look as good later down the road, okay? Now, that part of it has nothing to do with people at all, and none of the video I did with a car had anything to do with people. So anyways, I make this review on this car. I put this video up on YouTube on my car channel, and a few weeks later, this video ends up getting like 17, 18,000 views, right? Okay, got a lot of views. One afternoon, I'm sitting here in my house and I'm on my computer, and I get a phone call from the general manager of the Mazda dealership that I had worked for. And I pick up, I'm like, hello, you know, he's like, he's like, hey, Chad. I'm like, what's up, man? He's like, Chad, he's like, we have a black activist from Detroit, Michigan on the other line right now. A black activist from Detroit, Michigan on the other line? I was like, what's going on there? He's like, this black activist from Detroit is sitting here saying he just watched your Mazda CX-9 video, and he says it is the most racist car video he's ever watched. I'm like, really? He's like, Chad, I know you're not racist at all. He's like, I told the guy, if you actually knew Chad, he's definitely not racist by any means, you know? Because I'm like, I'm cool with everybody, you know? I don't have a problem with anybody, okay? The only time, anyways, I don't have a problem with anybody, okay? I mean, you cannot like some black people, you cannot like some white people, you cannot like, yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of nationalities, you know. To me, a person is a person deep down inside. It's what matters, what's in your heart and what's in your brain and what you're putting up there, okay? That's what matters to me, okay? I don't give a darn what color you are. You could be a blue Smurf running through the front yard right now and I'll high-five you, okay? Might be a little shocked for a minute, or you could be an alien coming down from outer space. I probably would run in the house at that point and put the kids and everybody in the bathroom and hide in the tub. But anyways, he says this guy's on the other line, and he says you're racist, and he says we need to do something about this. He's like, you know, he's like, Chad, what do you want me to tell this guy? I'm like, tell him I apologize, I'm sorry, and I'll take the video down off the internet. You know, this, that, and the other. And so anyways, he says, well, give me a second. He puts me on hold for a minute. He talks to that guy for a second, you know, or for a minute or so. And he gets back on the phone call with me, and he's like, this guy, you know, he wants something done about this. He's like, this guy sounds like he wants you fired from the dealership. He's like, It looks bad for the dealership. He's saying this is what the black gentleman from Detroit is saying to the manager, that this doesn't look good on the dealership's behalf, having this white gentleman being racist on a car review. He's like, me and my wife were really thinking about buying a Mazda CX-9, but we're not going to buy one now after watching this video, right? So obviously, whatever I had said about a black car being at a plantation was so racist that it's not going to let this guy buy a car. Wow, I'm blown away. He says, the guy said, you don't have to take the video down off the internet, but he wants you to edit the video and edit that part out of the video. Okay, so now this guy's giving me demands on what I need to do with my video, this, that, and the other. So what do I do, right? You know, I'm working for these people. This is how I make a living, provide for my family. What do? I just agree with it, and I say, all right, I'll take the video down, I'll re-edit it, whatnot, and I'll put it back up on the internet. Well, that's what I do, okay? I took the video down. I didn't even re-edit the video. I just took it down. I said, screw it. This guy's gonna get that angry, I'm done. You know, I'm gonna take the video down. So, at that point, I had never had anybody actually say I was racist. It really upset me. I mean, I've never had anybody treat me like this before. I mean, my first fight in high school, you know, as a kid, I grew up in a white neighborhood, okay? Pretty much. I mean, we had a few friends that were black in our neighborhood, but yeah, we grew up in a little bit neighborhood that pretty much had all white people, right? Okay? I can't control that. I'm just a kid. One day in my life, when I was 13 years old, my parents went through some hard times. They had to file for bankruptcy, and guess what? We had to go move to North Charleston. Okay, that's where we moved to. The school I ended up going to was prominently black kids. Okay, so. Anyways, where I'm getting at here, I had some white and black friends in elementary school, but when I went to middle school and then high school, we lived in North Charleston. There just happens to be more black people up that way. So anyways, what I'm getting at here, my first fight, my first time I ever got a black eye, it was from a black kid. I was playing basketball at the neighborhood gym, okay? And I was pretty good at basketball. We were playing that game 21. I was hitting three-pointers on this guy, and I was being a little funny. I'm like, yeah, haha, I just hit a three-pointer on you, right? This kid's like, who's this white boy in the new neighborhood, blah, blah, blah. He walks up to me, swings at me 2 times. The third swing, boom, he blacks my eye. What do? I walk out the gym, get on my bike, I ride home. I got a swollen eye, blacked out. The next week at school, I'm being made fun of by all the freaking kids, all this kind of stuff. There was one day we were on the school bus, riding on the way home. I sat in the black boys' seats in the back. I didn't realize that it was those boys' seats. The same boy that blacked my eye on the basketball court, he was back there in the back of the bus. Guess what happens? Me and my friend Kyron says, Chad, don't move out the seat. I'm like, all right, we'll sit here. I'm like, you know, guess what happens next? When we get off to the next school bus stop, where our stop is at to get off, those boys got off at our stop, and then 4 or 5 of them initiated fighting me and my friend because we sat in their seats. So anyways, I don't still have a problem with black people. Even though my first fight and getting beaten up and stuff was with black people, I still don't have a problem with them. But I just don't understand what all this white privilege thing is, man. I really don't. I mean, my struggles in life seem to be just as hard as theirs. But I can't live in their shoes, so I can't really make an assumption on if my privilege is any different than theirs. I don't really know, you know? It's just a very confusing thing to talk about. And so anyways, if any black people are watching tonight, I'm not hating on you or anything like that. Please get into the comments section. Let me know what you think on the situation. You know, I mean, it just seems to me that I've had more issues with black people giving me a hard time than I've ever given them a hard time. I don't get it. I really don't. And there's a lot of situations that have happened in life where I've been with my family and, you know, been in restaurants, fast food places, just all kinds of different places, and seen things go down with black folks and been like, what in the world? You know, it's like, I don't know. There's so many different situations, and it just feels to me like they hold a grudge on us white folks. And I didn't grow up in an age of slavery. I mean, why are you hating on me? You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. You know, to me it seems, it just, anyways, I can't even speak my mind right now, because that's just how I feel, as if I speak my mind on these subjects and really express my feelings, I'll be ridiculed for it online. You know, it's just like you can't really speak your mind on these situations. Anyways, I want some of y'all though to go check out that documentary and watch it. Maybe watch a few YouTube videos. Let me know what you think on Rachel's story. I mean, it's a really good story. You know, I don't think what she did was right. I don't think she still, even today, calls herself a black woman. Still today, even though all the proof has came out that she's a white girl, both mom and dad are white, she still today calls herself a black person. So I can see why black people have a problem with that, right? And one thing that I thought was really interesting is this black lady, when they were doing like a keynote speech with Rachel at a college or something like that, she told Rachel, she said, you know, if you would admit that you're white and you still do everything you do in the community for the black people, she's like, you would even be more powerful and you would even do more and bigger and better if you just admitted that you're a white person and not a black person. So anyways, get in the comment section. Let me know what you think. I've been talking now for 21 minutes. Share a story with me. Have you ever had a situation where maybe somebody that's a different nationality than you, or a different ethnicity or whatnot, if somebody's a different color than you, have you ever had a situation happen in your life where it's affected you? Like my situation with the car review, you know, that kind of thing. The fight that happened in school or at the basketball court, I don't think that really has anything to do with black or white. I think that was them saying, this is the new kid on the block. Let's show him what time it is. He ain't gonna come in our basketball court here talking trash, right? That might be the situation. All right, everybody. I want to read through some of y'all's comments real quick here, and see what y'all got to say. Man, it's gotten dark outside. Oh, hold on, Kendall. Oh, thank you, D. Shepherd. I appreciate it. We are doing well. Thank you, D. I'm gonna read through a few of y'all's comments real quick. Kendall, you got to stay off this. Stay out for the video, okay? I don't have any questions. I'll be inside in about 2 minutes, okay? All right, thank you. Okay, let me read through a few of y'all's comments here real quick. I apologize for the darkness of the lighting. Maybe I can trying to get in a spot where y'all can see me a little better. I know. Hey, Martin, that's Kendall. I had to tell her to go inside real quick. I don't want her on not every video that I do. I don't always want the kids popping in and, you know, and all that. Talking on a subject like this could cause, you know, could get a lot of people watching the video all over the world. So, you know, some of my piggybacker videos are fine for the kids to be on, but, you know, when I'm talking about certain subjects, I'm sure y'all can understand where I'm going at here. All right, let's read a few comments though. Fan Camera 316 says, you remember that movie Soul Man? Everybody is racist in traffic. You got a good point there on that one. Fan Camera 316. When you are in traffic, everybody seems to have some kind of rage in them, don't they? It's crazy, right? I've seen some insane stuff go down in traffic before. People just get angry, you know, especially when you got somewhere to be real fast. Let's take a look. The Beast 956 says, you're a good person, Chad. I know you're not racist. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Jaden Hardy said, you're a good guy. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, Jadson. Paranormal Mama says, hi, Chad. How you doing, Miss Paranormal Mama? Hope you're having a good night. It's Sunday evening. I'm trying to do a little live stream here tonight and try to talk on some subjects a little bit on some videos I watch. I'm going to try to do this a little more often. I enjoy watching Netflix documentaries and things like that, and I love to, I want to start doing some live stream videos where we can actually get on some actual discussions and some topics and be a little more engaging. So let's read through a few more. Anthony actually retracted his message. You ever thought of doing wedding videos? You got good equipment and people always need somebody. Yeah, I've done some wedding videos before. I've done a lot of wedding videos. I haven't done any in the last year or so, but I enjoy doing wedding videos. I do. Always rise above the hate. That's right. You got that right, brother. Okay, the Beast 956 says, I've been called names before because I am Mexican American, but I rise above it and I'm proud to be what I am. That's right. That's the main thing, is to be proud of your heritage and who you are, right? I don't think the privilege thing is really that prominent necessarily in everybody's life. I can see there being white privilege in certain situations, but I think everybody here in America has an opportunity to live the American dream. They just have to grab a hold of it and grind and work hard and hustle and be creative and come up with a unique way to do your craft. And you can live the American dream. And listen, I will tell you, I mean, amen, exactly. I will tell you one thing. Sometimes the white folks, like myself here, sometimes white people are actually, sometimes we don't get, I'm trying to think how to put this. I notice sometimes when people are trying to get business loans and things like that, sometimes I think people from that are from maybe from a different heritage or from, I don't know, African American or Mexican or people from other countries. I think sometimes banks and things like that actually help them out starting their businesses a little bit easier than what I would get going in there. That's something that's, it hasn't upset me, but it's like, man, it's like, what if I start a business? It's like, I'd like to have a little extra help too, I mean, wouldn't we all want a little extra help starting a business up? Not every white person has it that easy. I mean, I'm telling you right now, not everybody has it easy. We didn't all grow up with Donald Trump being our dad, So anyways, all right, everybody, have a great night. Anyways, I look forward to reading some of y'all's comments. Thank you, Gavin. I appreciate you letting me know you're racist. But anyways, have a good night, everybody. I appreciate it. Have a good week. Enjoy your work week. We're going to get out here and grind it up ourselves this week. I got some fun videos coming up throughout the week here. And, oh, what's up, Angry Stewie? Good evening, man. Yeah, I know it's a little tough to see me. We got a full moon coming in tonight, but let's see. Fan Camera 316 says, "Death is the great equalizer. 5 skulls laid side by side show no race or sex." Amen. You got that right. At the end of the day, all our bones and interior parts on our body are exactly the freaking same. Yo, what's up, Freddy Woofy? What's up, man? How you doing? Good evening. Anyways, cool. Thank you for joining in. We got a few folks on here tonight, so I appreciate y'all joining in. Let's see. Got a few more comments coming in. Yeah, thank you, Martin. We do got some videos coming. I got a bunch of stuff on the computer I've been filming over the last day or two, so it's about time to get them edited. And we also got some great videos coming on the car channel. I went to the biggest Ford dealership in Charleston on Friday, and I got a fun video coming from there that I did a little vlog out there. Dee says, I lived in South Africa for a few years. And she said, when I got there, it was bad towards black people, which was wrong. I'm white now. The black people are taking the land back and enforcing white farmers off the, man, I can't read the rest of it. Hold on, D. Oh, off the land. Okay, so D is saying, I lived in South Africa for a few years. When I got there, it was bad towards black people, which was wrong. I'm white. Now the black people are taking the land back and forcing the white farmers off the land. Okay. man, see how things work out sometimes, you know. People, well, that's the whole thing, folks. I mean, if you got a country that's prominently a certain, race or whatnot, and then another race comes in your country and starts taking over, I mean, at some point there's going to be some kind of rebellion that's going to happen, and they're going to want to take their land back over, unless whoever's coming in there is freaking making their land so much better, or I don't know, but it's crazy how the world works. It really is. Gavin says, do you know the DSP Gaming is? DSP, do you know who DSP Gaming is? No, Gavin, I don't know who DSP Gaming is. I don't. And I'm a male, not female. Oh, I'm sorry, D. I'm sorry. Oh, let's see here. Hold on. Oh, Jadson says because I'm Brazilian, and in here it's very low, the racist rate. Yeah, racism is man, I live in the South, so we're here in the South of America, South Carolina, and racism is still pretty happening around here. It really is. It's both sides, really. You know, that's what I was trying to explain earlier. Is racism? It seems sometimes that the blacks are more racist against the whites. I don't have any problems with black peoples at all, but sometimes it seems like they're hating on me and they don't even know me. I know a funny thing here. The other day ago, I was walking into my kid's school, and there was a black family standing in the office right there, you know, like in the main office when I was walking into the school. And when you walk into the school and you want to go into the main office area, the door is locked. Now, this isn't a racist thing, I don't think, but anyways, this black family, I was trying to get in the door. I just was like kind of pulling on the door so the ladies would unlock it. And I mean, they turned around and looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, I never had a family look at me like that before. It was like their eyes like popped out of their head looking at me like I'm some kind of crazy nut. I'm like, I'm just trying to get into school so I can go get my kids, you know? Anyways, all right, everybody, we got to get off the stream. I got to get in the house. We got dinner time getting ready to roll in. And, we got to get the kids in the bath, and we got to start school again tomorrow. So y'all have a good night. I appreciate you watching, and go check out that documentary and let me know what you think a few days from now or whenever you watch it. Hop back in on the video and let me know what you think about that documentary. I'd appreciate it. Just go on Netflix and just type in the name Rachel Dole, Dolezal, Dolezal, something like that. All right, good night, everybody. Y'all have a good one. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.